Hello, I'm Shashank. My roll number is 20186060. In this video, I'm going to explain what is artificial intelligence and how we involve artificial intelligence in solving classical Sudoku problem. First, let me define what is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is giving machine capability to think and solve any problem on its own. In this case, we have considered Sudoku as an example to solve the problem. Before going into solving this problem, first let us go through some simple rules which are involved in Sudoku game. Sudoku game is of three types based on the difficulty level, like 3x3 Sudoku game, 6x6 and 9x9. Here we have considered 9x9 grid Sudoku system. If you can see here, from A1 to I9, it is a 9x9 square consisting of 81 elements in it. So there are three rules in solving a Sudoku game. First, if you consider the number 4 here, if number 4 is written here, number 4 shouldn't be present in its correspondent column. Like we cannot enter number 4 in anywhere near here. The second rule is number 4 shouldn't be written in its corresponding row as well. Like number 4 shouldn't be written here as well. In third rule, we consider total 9x9 grid as 6 3x3 grids. As you can see here, this is one grid, this is one grid, this is one grid, so and so. We divide into 9 grids, 9 3x3 grids. If you consider number 4 here, number 4 shouldn't be repeated in its grid as well. So these are the basic rules for solving any Sudoku system. To solve this problem, we have generalized the numbers with alphabets. Like here, as you can see here, we have given rows and column names as A1, A2, A3, A3 and up to I1 and I9. In solving this problem, we will come across units and pairs. Let me explain this units and pairs concept by taking an example. As you can see here, he has considered an example of C2. Yes, C2 is here. Every square has exactly 3 units. That means the correspondent elements of C2 column are A2, B2, D2, E2, F2, G2, H2, I2. These are all considered as 1 unit. And similarly, the correspondent elements of C2 in its row are C1, C3, C4, C5, C6, C7, C8, C9. This is considered as 1 unit. And the correspondent grid of C2, like A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C3 are considered as 1 unit. And pairs, coming to the concept of pairs, we'll count the number of correspondent elements in its row, column and grid. Like A2, B2 and up to I2, here are 8 elements. And C1, C3, C4, here are the 8 elements. And here A1, C1 and A3, C3 are 4 elements. So there are total 20 pairs for every correspondent element. So here is the basic functionality of or a basic Sudoku system written in Python. Here we come across a method called definition cross of A comma B. As you can see, this is a list comprehension. We have used list comprehension in generating the alphabets representations like A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3. All these are calculated here in the example. All these are calculated in the cross method of cross A comma B. We have taken 3 variables like digits starting from 1 to 9, rows starting from A to I to generate unique column, unique digit for each column. And we have considered columns variable to keep hold of number of columns. And we call this cross method and store in the squares. Like 9x9 square is produced and this whole matrix is stored in the squares variable. As you can see here, unit list. This whole list comprehension is used for As we saw earlier, unit list is used for producing units of each corresponding unit. Like if we saw here for C2, one of the list is this, and the other list corresponding row is this, and other list corresponding to its grid is this. So unit list you holds all the unit list for each and every correspondent element. And units is like here if you see here C2, these A2 B2 are row units. These each units are calculated and kept in the dictionary. And peers is similarly calculated with the help of dictionary and used for counting the number of peer elements for each element that we see here. And this is the test method which is used for calculating for checking whether our test cases passed correctly or not. As you can see here, assert length of squares equal to 81 means that we generate 81 squares in our squares sudoku. Similarly, we have written all the test cases here. So let me take you to the program. As you can see here, if we print out our squares matrices, we can see the one second. We can see the squares matrix generated like A1, A2, A3, which is a simulation of our sudoku. Let us check what are all present in unit list. As you can see here, unit list for each and every corresponding elements are produced and printed here. This units is for calculating units for each and every corresponding element. For like you can see for A1, its corresponding column elements are from A1 to I1. Its corresponding row elements are from A1 to AN9, and its corresponding grid elements are from A1 to C3. Let us see what are peers present here. Like you can see, peers for each and every corresponding element are printed here. So this is the first basic version of our sudoku. The continuation for this sudoku example will be given in the next module.